Hi, this is Tony Tennille, and you are listening to TV Confidential.
Ed Robertson welcoming you back to TV Confidential, radio talk show about television that is happy to welcome Emmy Award-winning singer-actress Vicki Lawrence. Everyone knows Vicki from the many characters she played every week on the Carol Burnett Show, not the least of which is Thelma Harper, the irascible matriarch of the family sketches on the Carol Burnett Show that eventually led to Vicki's own long-running series, Mama's Family. This Friday, June 3rd, PBS will air a brand new hour-long special featuring 12 of the very best and most hilarious sketches from the Carol Burnett Show. We'll tell you more about that in just a second. But first, we began our conversation by telling Vicki, I would imagine that knowing how beloved the Carol Burnett Show is, and Time ranks it as among the most 100 best television shows of all time, and knowing that you spend a significant part of your life doing that every week, it's got to feel satisfying to know that the show continues to appeal to so many people.
Well, it's unreal how it has spanned this many generations. I mean, I don't think you certainly don't think about that at the time, and at this point it's such a distant chapter in my life that it's just amazing that it's still around like it is.
Of course, you've become indelibly known as Mama, which is a whole different story. But that opened up so many doors to you because of the Carol Burnett Show. And yet, I understand that you weren't supposed to be Mama. They originally wanted you to play Eunice.
Well, they didn't want me in that sketch at all. Actually, it was a one-time sketch called The Family that was written by two of the writers who they both hated their mothers. They wrote this beautiful homage to their dysfunctional upbringing, and lovingly presented it to Carol with the intention of her playing Mama. And she read the sketch and said, "I really feel that Eunice is the part that speaks to me." She was gonna play Mama, and they were gonna have a guest star play Eunice. And so she said, "I want to play Eunice," which was very upsetting to them. Then she said, "I think Vicki should play Mama," which was doubly upsetting to them. And then when we got into rehearsal, she said, "You guys, I think this has to be Southern, because it's sort of like Tennessee Williams on acid." So she's just, anyway, the writers were so upset they walked out the first time they saw us do it. That you've ruined our beautiful sketch.
And yet, I would imagine the opportunity for you to just lose yourself into someone who's just totally not you. I mean, because you're young and vibrant, and she's, not young and she's cranky, but it gives you a chance to just draw on your muscles and create a character as a performer. I would imagine that feels great.
Yeah, it does. It's fun, and it's great fun to be able to hide behind that old lady and say all these terrible things.
As the family sketches moved along, did they seek out your input as to what Mama might say week in or week out?
Well, I think we kind of came up with some of our own vernacular when it became Southern, really became ours. But those sketches, they were pretty well written by those writers who continued to hate their mothers. So they continued to write this horrible old curmudgeon who, on the Burnett Show, was really a mean old lady. Some of those sketches were just heart-wrenching. And when we went to sitcom, when Mama's Family went to sitcom, and all of a sudden it wasn't really Eunice's family anymore, it needed to be Mama's Family. Mm-hmm. And we did 2 episodes, and it just did not feel funny to me. And I just said, I begged and pleaded for them to bring Harvey in for me, because Harvey was just such a mentor to me. And I said, "What's wrong, Harvey? It's not funny." And he said, "Well, you can't expect people to come home and pop open a beer and sit down and watch this woman screaming at everybody for a half hour every week. She's now got to be a sitcom star.
Yeah.
She's got to be silly." And I said, "But I don't feel like she's ever even hardly smiled." And Harvey said to me what he said many, many times when he was mentoring me over the years. He said, "You are the characters you play. You are Mama. Anything you can do, she can do." I've told this story many times. This is like my husband's nightmare, that I am Mama, you see. He's going to roll over in bed one morning and it'll be Mama lying there instead of me. But it's true. I mean, the writers have often said there was nothing we couldn't throw at you that you couldn't do. Well, it's because Harvey set me free. She was able to do anything I could do. If I could tap dance, she could tap dance, you know?
And
I could run for mayor. She can run for mayor.
We're talking to Vicki Lawrence, Emmy Award-winning star of The Carol Burnett Show and Mama's Family. To hear the rest of this conversation, please visit our archives page at podcast.tvconfidential.net.